How's it going, everybody? This is Ted from Stone Senate, QCG Barbarian Army. Some of you might have seen a video I did just very recently on my new CMG Guitars Gypsy signature model. Now, I told you in that video that I was going to do an in-depth video on the pickups in this guitar because they're really special, and I'm glad to be able to do that now. These pickups are made by BG Pickups, that's Bryan Gunsher in Colorado, and these are my custom wound Gypsy signature pickups. Several years ago, I had Bryan do a set of his Pure 90 humbucker size P90s to go in one of my guitars, and they're just some of the best pickups I had ever heard in my life, and they're actually on the new Stone Senate record. I also had him do me a set of puffs with a little bit of an overwinding and without wax potting because I wanted a really vintage sounding pickup, and that guitar's on the new QCG record. So when I got ready to do this guitar, the hardest decision I had to make was the pickups, because for most of what I do and for many years I've been a huge fan, and I don't mind saying this, of Sir Doug Aldrich signature pickups. They're just great pickups. Well, the more I thought about it with this guitar, I wanted something that was mine, and I wanted something that got exactly what I hear in my head. And I don't know how Bryan does what he does. I don't pretend to know what kind of mojo he puts into pickups, but he nailed these. They're everything I could have ever hoped for and more. So I'll tell you a little bit about these pickups, and we'll do a few samples on the different tones you can get out of them. So for my bridge pickup, I wanted a pickup that it was hot. You know, it had plenty of juice to it, but it couldn't get muddy. You had to have note clarity. Those are things that you hear a lot of guitar players want. The biggest thing that I did not want in the pickup, I didn't want it to be compressed. I wanted it to be real open sounding and organic and have an almost breathing quality to it. And Bryan just nailed that. This is somewhat based on his Hellebucker. And like I said, I don't know exactly what adjustments he did or just how he did what he did, but it's just this pickup has great low end, great clarity, actually maybe the best low end I've ever heard in a passive pickup, and I'm very well pleased with it. The neck pickup, we loosely based on those puff pickups. The thing that I love about that pickup is it has a very singing quality to it. And I wanted this neck pickup to have that, but it needed to have a little more juice to it. Obviously with that, it did need to be wax potted and have a little more hair on it. And Bryan just nailed it. He just nailed it. I had always said that the Shure neck pickup was maybe the single best pickup I had ever heard, but I kind of have to take that back. I think I know for a fact Bryan beat him. And the other thing these pickups had to do, and this was really big to me, in the coil tap mode, they had to sound like real single coils, because sometimes when you coil tap a humbucker, it just sort of thins it out. It doesn't really sound like a good single coil. Well, he nailed these. They're just great sounding. The tones in them are everything that you would hope to hear in not just a good single coil, but the best sounding single coils you've ever heard. So I'm very well pleased with that. So gonna play a little bit, let you hear some of what these pickups will do, then I'll tell you a little bit more about Bryan and his company. So we're gonna start on this bridge pickup basically with a clean tone. Got kind of a tweed sounding amp set up here with a little bit of delay and verb, and here's what we got. the quack, all the bigness, a lot of that growly stuff that you'd want out of a really good telly pickup. Very well pleased with that. So we're going to switch up to this neck pickup. This is the tone you heard on the beginning of the video, and we'll just give it a little bit more here. Everything you could hope for out of a good vintage Strat pickup. Really warm sounding, not thin at all. The notes have just a fullness there that you can feel, and I really dig that. So we're going to switch to the, stay on that clean sound, switch up to the humbucker mode. This is on the bridge pickup, and let's see what we got here. Nice. One thing I love about that is that pickup, that's a hot pickup that he's got there in the neck, or I mean in the bridge, and those notes stay clean. There's not a breakup there that muddies them up, and you really hear the cleanness in those notes, and I like that out of a humbucker pickup. So we're going to switch up to the neck. Got that same clean tone going, humbucker mode. Let's see what we got here. I dig that. Get all that stuff that you get out of a good hollow body out of that pickup, and really sweet sounding. So you take pickups that you know you've got really great clean tones in, and for me, you know, I hear a pickup like that and I wonder, well, how is that going to translate over to when I add overdrive to it and do some different things, because that's where I spend a lot of my time. So we're going to switch amps here. Then we're going to see what we do when we put a little gain on this. So we're back on the bridge pickup. Coil tapped again. Kind of got a good old hot rodded amp set up in here. Again, a little bit of delay and verb, so let's see what we got here. That's nasty there. I dig that. All that growl, just that snarl in those notes. Couldn't ask for better to me. So let's switch up to the neck pickup now. Still in single coil mode with a little bit of drive on there, and let's just see what we got here. Oh yeah. One thing I dig about that, you add that overdrive on there and those notes don't get too muddy. You get to hear what your amp will do or whatever you're going through. You get to hear that guitar. You don't have a bunch of junk in there on that note, and just really dig how clean those are, but at the same time of being clean, they're not so clean that they're sterile. So we're going to switch over to the humbucker mode, and I can already tell you before I hit any of this, this is going to sound great. This is where I spend most of my time in Stone Senate and some other things that I do. So here we go. Oh yeah, man, that's just got everything. All that great mid-range, gives you a good cut. You'll sit really well in a mix with that. Full notes, nothing thin about it. Nothing that hurts your ears in those frequencies. So let's switch up now. We'll go up here to the neck pickup and let's see what we got there. Love that. Those notes are clean. You can hear the articulation and everything as long as the player's there. I had the volume knob all the way up on all that, and you can tell it just doesn't muddy up. It gives you all the good things you want in a note or a chord of a guitar without driving it so hard that it muddies the whole thing up. And like I said, how Bryan does that, I don't know, but as you can tell, I'm very well pleased with these pickups. So, tell you a little bit about Bryan. Bryan, he makes these pickups in Colorado. He's the only person that works on them. And one thing that I absolutely love about Bryan, to me, Bryan makes, no question, some of the best pickups in the world. Everything I've ever got from him doesn't just sound good, it's exceptional. And Bryan does that without trying to break the bank for people that buy his products. And in this day and age, especially with pickups that are all American made, that's rare to find somebody that'll do that. And that's a real testament to Bryan and the type of person he is. And I can tell you, hit him up. Bryan will do, if you talk to him, he's real easy to talk to. He'll do pretty much whatever you want. And again, like I said, he's going to do it at a price that's probably going to surprise you. And I can promise you, they're going to be the best sounding pickups you've ever heard in your life. As you can tell, I love these pickups. And so I hope you'll check BG Pickups out. And email Bryan. Hit him up on Facebook. Real easy to talk to. Knows pickups like nobody else. And also, while you're at it, go on Bandcamp and check Bryan out at bryangunsher.bandcamp.com. Really great record there. Some really great tones, just like his pickups. And like I said, I hope you'll check them out. I really dig them. I think you will too. And everybody out there, stay safe. Crazy world we live in. Try to get through each day and be nice to each other and listen to some great music. Thank y'all for watching, everybody.